Good evening, everybody. Hey, Spirit, how are you tonight?
Hi, good evening. I'm great, Bubbly. Welcome to the Wine Chat.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you. Welcome to the Wine Chat. Spirit, are you excited about this evening?
I'm so excited. I have been looking forward to this conversation all week, and it's just really a pleasure to have Jason here with us tonight.
Yeah, we've been really waiting for, I'm telling you, for this interview tonight. And I think it's going to be a treat. Well, while everybody's coming in, people are coming in right now. So we're going to play a little bit of what we're going to be listening to and talking about tonight.
How are you doing tonight, Jason?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you. It's a nice way to start the Sunday evening. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, guys, that's just a little bit. That's just a little bit of this song that we're going to talk about tonight, and we're going to I just want to say that I met Jason a few years ago, and he's a client of mine, and I'll tell you, he is just the most delightful young man that I've met. And when I met him, he was so humble, very humble. And I usually don't really dig into, the music industry much. Most of my business have been with the film industry, but there was something about Jason, and Jason said, "Ms. Champagne, take me on, help me out, just mentor me or consult me, just anything you can do to help me." And he was just so inspiring. And I heard his testimony and his story, and after hearing his testimony and his story, I just was drawn to Jason like a son. And anyway, of course, it's Jason Little. He used to sing with the 90s group Ol'Skool. And if any of you guys have ever heard of Ol'Skool, Ol'Skool is the group that became famous when they did that song with our girls from the Atlanta area, Escape, called Am I Dreaming? And that song became one of their biggest hits. And Ol'Skool was one of the group that actually helped to make it famous. And right. Jason is from St. Louis, Missouri, where Ol'Skool really is from. All of the guys are from that area, I believe, but I'll let Jason tell you a little bit more about that. But we're just so honored tonight that Jason would take the time out of his busy schedule, promoting his new single and promoting his, some other things he's going to promote. We're going to talk about that later. But anyway, without further ado, you guys, welcome to the Wine Chat. Our dear friend and up-and-coming R&B for 2020. Listen, his song is really making waves. So welcome, Jason. Welcome.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited. Yes.
Oh, my God. Yes, Jason. I'm so proud of you. You just don't even know. You guys don't even know how Jason has struggled in this industry and how he has fought to be heard, and how he has lived his life so that he can maintain his instrument, his voice. And I was privy to hear that story. And so, just moving forward, Spirit and I, we're going to ask him a series of questions, and we're going to dig into his business a little bit. And,
so
yes,
Jason,
we are.
Tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got started in the music industry. Was it Keith Sweat who brought the group on, or just give us a little bit of your background, how you grew up and how you just got influenced on being a musician?
Okay.
Yeah, take us to the beginning, Jason. Take us to the beginning.
Okay, so basically, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. All the guys are from St. Louis. And before Ol'Skool was formed, me and Bobby from the group, we had a group together. So a little bit later on down the line, our group broke up, and Ol'Skool was formed and stuff like that. So I've always loved singing, and I've always loved soul music, like Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Jodeci, Jagged Edge, 112. I always just loved that type of stuff. So basically, we were signed to Keith Sweat's label, Kia Universal, and basically the rest is history. It's been a long journey, a long, super long journey, and it's tough. It's tough. The music industry is really tough. It's fun, but
yeah. So Jason, is that part of the New Jack Swing era?
they kind of called it that. I called
What
it
did
that.
you call it? How would you characterize your music?
I would say just R&B.
Okay.
In the 90s, you kind of had Teddy, so they kind of called it New Jack Swing a little bit. When I saw that too, I was like, New Jack Swing? I was like, okay, we can go with that then. But me, just down hard R&B.
Pure R&B from the heart.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you were getting started, what kind of things did you discover about the industry or about yourself? How did that flow? Because everyone glamorizes it, so we want to hear more about that.
I was really naive to the music industry. I thought it was just all glitz and glamour when I first started out, and I learned a very hard lesson. I learned, I thought everybody would be your friend. I thought everybody would work together, but come to find out, it wasn't like that at all. It's tough, and like even when we were doing our thing, we kind of have friends in the industry, but it seems if your career don't really take off, it seems like people really don't want to be bothered. So that's kind of what I've learned, and just had to learn that everybody isn't my friend. I would think people were my friend. I think, and I just really had to learn the hard way, the really hard way, because I really went in with my eyes open, thinking that, and it wasn't like that at all in my situation.
Right, and it's probably a lesson that you've been able to carry through your life.
You work with, Jason?
Excuse me?
Who were some of the groups that you work with? Tell us a little bit about some of those groups that you worked with, that influenced you and that you had the privilege of working with.
Oh, everybody really did a lot of work. We did a lot of shows with 112, Jagged Edge, who else? So many people. Glenn Jones. I've always looked up to Glenn Jones. We ended up doing a show with him a few times, so that was lovely. So many people. Tony Terry. We had the opportunity to work with Swiss Beats. We did a song with Swiss Beats at Keith's house. Of course, working with Keith Sweat, that was a dream. Who else did we work with in the group? There's so many people. And after Ol'Skool, I ended up being a background singer for Trey Songz. So,
okay,
so in that situation, we did a lot of shows with Chris Brown when he first came out and stuff like that. Chris would perform with us. Keisha Cole, Tierra Marie, Yin Yang Twins, just so many people. So many people.
Yeah.
G, everybody, Neo, everybody. So,
well, we're gonna go back to the Trey Songz because I know a little bit about that story, which really drew me to you with that Trey Songz story. Just for the industry, tell them the myth and some of the misconceptions about, how you can be on cloud nine tonight and then, on stage, tell them a little bit about that journey, about being on stage with the glitz and glamour, and then tell them what happened.
Yeah, we want to hear about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how you persevere and work through all of that.
Right. So basically, it is smoke and mirrors. Like the group I was with and many other artists and groups, like you can have your video on television and not even have a car or money. I remember, times like that, being in magazines and stuff, and couldn't even go to McDonald's to get nothing to eat. Wow. Stuff like that. And, Christmas time, not being able to do for your families, but people seeing the music, they hearing it on the radio, so they're wondering like, okay, what's going on? So basically them contracts, whoo, Lord, it's messed up. It's really messed up. And it's not just me. Throughout music, you always hear those stories of people that getting ripped off, off the royalties and all kind of stuff like that. So, smoke and mirrors. Some people make so much money that all the money they lost, it really doesn't matter, I guess, in a way. But our situation wasn't like that.
Yeah. Well, what
I want to hear about your little
what
homeless
did you
situation.
enjoy? I'm sorry, Bubbly. What did you enjoy most about performing, and what was the biggest audience you performed for, your group?
Right. I always loved performing, being on live stages. That was the one thing I really liked about it. And no matter how hard things were, I just always just kept going, because I figured if we just keep pushing, things would turn around for us. And probably the biggest audience, I think it was Mud Island. We did in Memphis, and I don't remember who all was on that show. I know Jagged Edge was on that show, and I think Donnell Jones. That probably was the biggest that I've seen. And at the time, I think that was probably like 50, 60,000 people, something like that, and it was wonderful.
Wow.
Nice.
Wonderful.
You know, Jason, I never remembered whether you danced. I mean, do you dance too with all the choreography? I couldn't remember. I think you told me you had 2 left feet. I can't remember, but
Yeah,
you can.
dancing like that. We had a couple of routines, but it wasn't like that. We wasn't great dancers. We did what we had to do. But yeah, I basically got 2
You guys
left.
were singers. You guys were not. Y'all weren't singers. Y'all were singers. Y'all
Right.
really could sing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So, you want to sing a little tune for us right now to give them a little taste?
right now, okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
We just gonna. Oh,
Yeah,
what? He
you
done
did it.
broke
That's
out the guitar.
beautiful.
All right.
Practicing a while, so I'm sitting here wondering where you are tonight. Are you holding someone else tonight? Baby, let me know. I've just got to know. It's so damn hard sleeping in this bed alone, thinking why you're not at home. It's driving me insane. Oh, if you're not into me anymore, just let me know and I'll be on my way. Just a little sample. I haven't practiced.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Like to mess around with it, but I haven't practiced my guitar.
Mhm. That's real nice. Is that on your Salvation? Is that part of that?
Old song.
Or-
Bro. Always liked the song. It's kind of like old school R&B.
Oh, nice. So the Salvation is a single, though, right? Or is it a full out? Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Well, what
What was the
inspired you?
inspiration behind it? Say Salvation. You know.
Salvation was me having a whole lot of fun, and if you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of freaky. It was my attempt to try to be a little bit more current, but at the same time bring R&B. Because nowadays, it's kind of hard to really, really do R&B because it seems as if people don't really want to hear that type of singing. So I just tried to mix the two a little bit with something a little bit more current. And I want to do something fun. And actually, I want to do something freaky too. That was
But we
really
talked about like how you just wanted to stay true to yourself and
Right.
stay in the genre that you felt that God called you to be in. I mean,
Right.
of course, there are radio stations that kind of focus more on R&B, and R&B is, in my opinion, R&B is not dead because, of course, it's from my generation and my age group. But
Right.
I think some of the young. What do you think about some of the young people? Do you think they're resurrecting our R&B in this day and time?
Yeah, I believe they are. I believe everything just has to change. And I like a lot of stuff that they're doing and stuff like that. But I just wish it was a little bit more balanced. Even myself doing Salvation, it's really not the direction I would normally go in, but it's just the pressure of, like for years, everyone's been trying to change me. Oh, you sound too old. You're too old. You need to do, it's more about being young and hip hop R&B. So that was my attempt to try to just bridge the gap just a little bit in my own kind of way, which is really hard for me because I really want to sing. I want to do soul music. But like I said, it seems to be people want to hear it live, but I don't know, it's just really not on record. And as you notice, artists are kind of just trying to be a little bit more current a little bit. So I'm just trying to really find the right balance.
Well, it sounds like you are on the right start with Salvation. So, yeah, very nice.
Well, before we move on to our what Bubbly, I'm Bubbly. Hi guys. Spirit's going to talk to you about another project that you're working on as well. But before we do that, we're going to hear a little bit more of this Salvation song. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard that raunchy spirit.
Oh, it's more.
Yeah, Spirit and I have been vibing on it all week.
That's nice.
Okay, guys, we want you guys to download the song, so we're going to let y'all listen to the rest of it yourself when you download it, okay? We're not going to give you the whole enchilada. You're going to have to go out there. Tell us where they can find the song,
It's available.
Jason.
It's available on all digital platforms: iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Napster, all of them. Anywhere you buy online music, you can purchase Salvation. Yes.
Yes. So be sure to go to your favorite download place and download Jason Little Salvation.
Exactly.
Please
Yes.
do that.
Support. Now,
Yes.
Jason, you also decided to venture out into another, you like that?
We got you covered, Jason. We got you covered.
Other areas. So we understand that you have a new fragrance that you developed called Lucky Man Fresh. Tell us a little bit about how you got into that industry and how you developed the name, the fragrance, and what your goal is for achieving success with Lucky Man Fresh.
Oh, okay. So basically, you know, I was living here in Atlanta, been in music all this time. I've always loved fragrances and smells and stuff like that. So basically, depressed. And I started figuring out, okay, this music thing, I want to keep doing music, but it's really not happening for me. So finally, I need to start doing other things. So I'm giving you a long story. So I kind of started doing photography, and I came up with the idea of, man, what would it be like to have your own cologne? I started researching it, trying to figure out how much it would cost and stuff like that. So I teamed up with a master perfumer. We did it and put it together, and Lucky Man Fresh. This the box.
Oh, nice. I never saw the box, Jason. Oh, it's amazing.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
So what kind of scents and what kind of lady is going to be attracted, or what person is going to be attracted to the Lucky Man Fresh scent?
Okay, the scent Lucky Man Fresh, it's really, really, really super fresh. It's super classic. It's sexy. It's has centrine in it, lavender, basil, tonka beans, sandalwood. It's just really, really, really sexy. And, I started doing legal stuff with the name Lucky Man Fresh, but come to find out, it could have been a unisex fragrance, and women seem to love it. So wearing it also.
Yeah,
So,
I often do that. So I'm always in my husband's colognes. My friend is online.
You know what? She and I was talking about that. Spirit was telling me that the other day, that sometimes she likes to go to her husband's arsenal and spray it because she really, really likes the unisex fragrance. So this may just be for Spirit.
Absolutely. Spray a little on me, Jason. Let me
all right,
see.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. I can't wait to.
But you know, when you were talking about Centron. I know that's like I'm sorry, it's like in the orange family. Is that correct?
Right,
Kind
lemon.
of
Like a lemon.
lemony. Yeah, like lemon. Okay. And so I was thinking, when you said it, I was thinking about wine. You know, usually we have a glass of wine. You know, do you have your wine Spirit?
Oh, you know, Spirit does not go without her wine.
Okay, all right, we got some wine. And you guys are gonna have to excuse me today. I had to go online to everybody know I was at a memorial service today online.
Oh.
So Spirit was standing in the gap for me, so she got it all covered, and you know, and we weren't gonna do you wrong, Jason. So we got our wine. Cheers, Spirit.
Cheers.
And Jason doesn't drink, so tell us.
Fine,
I mean,
but we have a couple.
Really
we have a couple people online. If you, if anyone online on our Zoom call, if you have a question for Jason or some feedback, you can go ahead and open up your microphones.
Yes, open up your microphones and ask him some questions.
Michelle?
I have a question, but I definitely like what I hear in that fragrance. So you probably should have made that unisex.
You're right.
Oh.
Those notes are amazing. I can't wait to smell it on somebody.
Michelle.
Thank you. Yes, I'm really proud of it. Every time I wear it every day. I mean, every day. And I can't believe I pulled it off. It took me over a year to get this going. So I'm just super, super ecstatic.
Well, congratulations, and I'm definitely going to download your song also.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Hi, Jason. This is Regina. I'm just wondering, I have a question. How do you forge forward, going forward with your new song from what you learned from your past? Because you said a lot of things happened in your past now, and I know you learned from those things. So what do you do different to move forward?
Really, it's kind of sad to say. Only thing I know, and you know this, what's the saying about you keep doing the same thing? That's the definition.
Right.
I really just keep pushing it. Only thing I know, you know, a lot of things happen. I get depressed, I get down, but the next day, something in me just gets up and say, Jason, just keep fighting, and that's what I do. You know, being homeless before.
That's okay, Jason.
Okay, it's okay.
That's what we're here for. That's what the wine chat. We developed the wine chat so we can, you know what I mean. So we can give a platform for the voiceless and people that need a platform. And we just want to bridge the gap to anything and everything that God called us to do. And so we're just so proud to have you tonight. So just take your time and tell us a little bit about that story.
Being here to support people through their journey and their
This
story.
is a no judgment zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can say is just get up and keep pushing, no matter, you know, who says what. Even like with this fragrance, I got a lot of backlash with people saying Black people not going to buy it and this and that, and you should have better bottles, you should have better this. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing the best I can, and if things take off, I can easily change my bottle or get a new box. But the only thing I know is just to keep pushing, no matter what, no matter who says what, just keep pushing.
And you know what? I appreciate that, because I hear endurance and perseverance in you. And like I said, when things happen to us in the past, we learn from them, and then we move forward and we do things different. And it sounds like you're doing that. And I will definitely download your song. And also, I think I'll try the fragrance for myself, you know. So, but I just, you know, my brother, just keep on going, keep on pushing, and just continue to block out those voices that are naysayers, you know, and just keep on doing your thing.
Right. Thank you.
And I thank you for your transparency and your honesty too.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Were you going to say something, Spirit? Because I just want to say that I've never met anyone with the resilience as Jason. He literally will call me anytime and just say, I got something to run past you. I just got something to run past you. And he's just, I mean, I'm just saying, he's just so resilient. He never gives up. He doesn't care. I told him, don't be afraid to bug people. And he used to have a problem with that. But now, I guess since he met Deborah Champagne, he was like, I'm just gonna bug people. She said, bug them. So,
Right.
and look where it's gotten you, Jason. You know what I mean? You have to speak up. You know, the Bible
Right.
says that you have not because you ask not. So,
Right.
sometimes people are gonna give you backlash. That's because they're not doing anything. And a lot of times people will judge you, but then, you know, you have to be careful who you get your criticism from. You should be your own, you know, you should toot your own horn and dance to your own drum. And that's what
Right.
you've been doing. And so kudos to you, Jason.
Thank you.
Yes, we are just so grateful and thankful that you would choose to spend some time with us this evening. And we really look forward to seeing more of you. And we can't wait to experience that Lucky Man Fresh. I'm sure we'll pick me up a bottle.
Yes.
I don't know if I missed anything, but where can we get it again? I don't know if you said that to buy the fragrance, Jason.
It's a www.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. www.luckymanfresh.com. That's
Okay.
lucky.com.
Tell them
Okay,
give everybody your social medias, Jason, where they can follow you on social media. Give them all your social media. Regina, you can put your mute on, sweetie.
Yes, on Instagram, I am Jason Little. On Twitter, it's I am Jason Little. And on Facebook, it's The Real Jason Little. Yep. I follow back.
So yeah, so thank you, Jason, for hanging out with the Wine Chat tonight. And we're gonna go out with your song. Is there any final words, Spirit, you wanna say for Jason?
Thank you again, Jason, and thank you for everyone who joined us. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And also be sure to join the Wine Chat where you
Get the bubbly
and enrich your spirit.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let's go. Thank you, Jason Little. Let's vibe. Let's vibe, guys. Let's vibe.
I know the reason why you came here. Your body's in need of something that you can't give. You need a lover that's gonna give it to you in position. Girl, there ain't no rule.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Oh.
Hey, Bubbly.
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a nice evening. See us on YouTube.